They came without warning. One moment, he was a child running through his village, laughing, breathing free air under the African sun. The next, rough hands seized him from behind. His mouth opened to scream, but the sound never escaped. This is the story of Olaudah Equiano, a boy stolen from his home in West Africa, thrown into the belly of the Atlantic, and transformed into a man whose words would help shake an empire. He was not born a slave. He was born free. Equiano was just 11 years old when kidnappers dragged him away from his sister and sold him into the African slave trade. Shackled, terrified, and confused, he was passed from hand to hand like property. Then, one day, he saw the ocean for the first time. He had never seen so much water. But what waited on that water was worse than anything he could imagine. The slave ship smelled of death before he even stepped inside. Below deck, bodies were packed so tightly that movement was almost impossible. Chains clanked, men cried, children whimpered. Some prayed, others screamed. The middle passage was not a journey. It was a floating graveyard. People were beaten for crying, starved for resisting, and thrown overboard when sickness made them unprofitable. Equiano watched human beings treated worse than animals, and something inside him changed forever. Many never made it out alive, but he survived. Years later, he was sold again, this time to a British naval officer. Unlike many enslavers, this man allowed Equiano to learn to read and write. That single act would change history. Knowledge became his weapon. Equiano worked, traveled, learned languages, and saved his money coin by coin until the impossible happened. He bought his freedom. But freedom did not silence him. Instead, it gave him a voice. In Britain, Equiano wrote his life story. It wasn't a rumor or a myth. It was a first-hand account of slavery's brutality, written by a man who had lived it. When people read his words, they could no longer pretend ignorance. His book spread across Europe. Parliament debated, abolitionists rallied, and minds began to shift. A former slave had exposed the truth. Olaudah Equiano did not defeat slavery with a sword. He defeated it with memory, with truth, and with a voice that refused to disappear. Today, we remember him not just as a survivor, but as a man who turned his pain into power. How many voices like his were lost to the ocean? And how different would history be if they had all been heard? If you found this story amazing, subscribe to True Mysteries for more.